And we're live. What's up, everybody? Washington, Toronto, last day before the All-Star break. This should be quite a game here tonight. Two very, very good teams who are kind of slumping a little bit recently, especially Washington. Washington has not been playing well of recent, lost last night in overtime. Toronto, they haven't been really lighting it up either in the last couple of weeks. So this is a big game for both teams right before the All-Star break, trying to go out on a good note and then have the weekend off. And then Washington, their bye week coincides with the All-Star break, so they're going to have a lot of time off here after this game. But really important game for both teams, two high-quality teams, and should be a lot of fun. So hopefully this is a great one to watch. Yeah, Kuznetsov is in a big-time slump for Washington. He has not played well at all recently. Yeah, it's interesting seeing Toronto having trouble to score. I mean, William Nylander has been non-existent since returning, completely not doing anything. And the other top guys aren't really, performing great right now for Toronto. So they're a team that really needs to get it together. Oh my god, they're showing some of these missed chances. Matthews missing wide open nets. Guys getting robbed by the goalie. It's just puck's not going in the net for Toronto right now. So game hasn't started yet. It will soon, I'm sure. Usually the games up in Canada take a little bit longer, though.
I know him sort of genius. I know Wire sort of genius. And why not end with a big statement? The redesigned pilot. This time, it's his turn. You have 4.3 minutes to yourself. This calls for a taste of cheesecake.
So my chat is not working on my computer. I'm not sure why, but I do have the chat up here on my phone, but I don't know why it's not working on my computer. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't see anything over here. And I don't want to restart anything.
For breaking news, highlights, and the latest from our experts, follow NHL on NBC Sports on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm a veteran, and the Army taught me a lot about commitment, which I apply.
Oh, okay, Eddie. That's a fantastic comment right there. The lady that sings the national anthems in Toronto sounds like two cats being stapled together. That's fantastic. As a Sabres fan, you should root for the Capitals. I am rooting for the Capitals tonight. Obviously, if you're a team in the Atlantic Division, you do not want Toronto to win this game. Aaron, yeah, I take questions. Any question that you have, you can ask. I take questions throughout the game, and we'll talk about it and try and answer it to the best of my ability. Ronald Barnes, you're in the chat. Nice. Welcome. Thank you guys for all being here. Really appreciate it. Aaron, I don't see Washington dropping all the way to being a wild card team. I think Washington's definitely going to finish in the top three. So I would say your best bet would be catching. I mean, Buffalo's best bet is catching Montreal, probably, but you really don't want Toronto to win. Unless you do. Maybe you do want Toronto to win. I don't. Because I know that the Bruins can catch Toronto. So I want Toronto losing. I mean, I can't completely count out Carolina, but I do think it's pretty unlikely that they make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to make it. Akumas, that is funny. Yeah, Chiarelli traded. I'm surprised he didn't trade McDavid before he left, honestly. But yeah, that's definitely the big news of the day is Peter Chiarelli fired. Yes, the Islanders will make the playoffs. I firmly believe that the Islanders are a playoff team this year. No, that's not funny. Chiarelli is not coming back to Boston. That is not even funny. Absolutely not. Yeah, that does make a good point. Chiarelli is out in Edmonton, but that whole boys club that they have going on there is still very well intact. You know, all that the upper management there of old Oilers players and just complete boys club that they have going on is still very much intact and has been for the last 15 years. So unless, they really need to get this next GM pick right, or maybe it's not the GM, maybe they're the problem. Chiarelli is terrible, though. It doesn't matter what situation he's in. Peter Chiarelli is a terrible NHL GM.
What makes DiGiorno Crispy Pan Pizza different than delivery?
Yeah, Chiarelli did not make the call on signing Koskinen. It was determined by the upper management that they wanted to sign Koskinen. So that one is not on Chiarelli, really. They knew they were firing him. They would not have let him made a move like that if they knew they were firing him. That was a move made by the upper management for sure. I absolutely agree, Akumas, that Trotz should be the front runner for Coach of the Year. What he's done with that Islanders team has been absolutely unbelievable.
Really? Yeah, we just don't believe it. Oh, nice. You would not believe how long I've been rehearsing that. No annual fee on any card, only from Discover. McDonald's 2 for $5 Mix and Match deal is back with a remix lineup, and it's time to crank things up with a new.
Sabres and Canadians are going to go at it as far as making the playoffs. They're going to absolutely brawl it out the end of this season to whoever gets that last playoff spot. But Sabres are right in it. They have a chance, but it's going to be a tough rest of the season. They need to really go on some sort of a winning streak to get it going. Yeah, Rob, I would say Jack Eichel is more the future of Buffalo than Jeff Skinner. Jeff Skinner is not even signed beyond this year. So if I were Buffalo, I would be signing Skinner long term. But right now, he's still a UFA upcoming this season. So at the end of the season. So I don't know if you can anoint him the future of Buffalo hockey yet. Eddie, those seeds would grow better than any sort of team that Chiarelli's grown as a GM. Yeah, I honestly, Skinner's in a contract year. He's scoring more than he ever has before. He's probably going to have a 40-goal season, maybe even 45. I mean, maybe this could be a 1-year wonder thing with Skinner, and as soon as he gets his big contract this offseason from whoever it is, he could go back to being a 25 goal scorer, which is about more normal for what he's been in his career. All right, so the game is about to start. We have Freddie Anderson in goal tonight for Toronto. We have Braden Holtby in goal for Washington. So the both teams' number one goalies are starting, and we are underway in Toronto. Capitals, Maple Leafs, and a very, very quick whistle as the puck goes into the bench 6 seconds into the game. So we'll have to see how this turns out. Yeah, that 10-game win streak really was the Stanley Cup for Buffalo. Now they've gone back to being a middling average team. My thoughts on Sidney Crosby. He's an absolutely tremendous hockey player, extremely, extremely good. But I personally do not like him. I think he's a whiner. I think he's a bit of a crybaby, and I've never liked Crosby. I feel like when Crosby and Ovechkin came into the league, right around each other 1 year after the other, I think every hockey fan kind of picked one at that point. You either were an Ovechkin person or you were a Crosby person, and I was definitely an Ovechkin person. So I've never been a Crosby guy, although I 100% think he's an incredible, incredible hockey player. Do I think Marner is overrated? No, I don't think Marner's overrated. That kid is really, really good. I think Marner might, Matthews is probably the best young kid on the Maple Leafs, but Marner is definitely number two. Marner's without a doubt miles better than Nylander. No, I'm a big Marner fan. I love that kid. Well, I mean, Crosby's getting older now, so his play is going to start to go downhill a little bit. I mean, Crosby's not in the prime of his career anymore. You're not going to see 110, 120 point seasons from Sidney Crosby anymore. You're just not. He's still a tremendous player and a tremendous leader, though, without a doubt. I mean, his 3 Stanley Cups speak for themselves. Yeah, no, Jack Eichel is having a very good season, and he's going to be a very good NHL player for a long time. But Connor McDavid is definitely better than Jack Eichel. Connor McDavid is on a whole other level. I think Toronto extremely overpaid for William Nylander. I would have traded him if I were the Maple Leafs. I'm not a Nylander fan at all. I think he tends to disappear a lot, and I think he's pretty overrated. He's done nothing since signing this contract. He has 3 points since coming back. I remember the Twitter and Facebook meme that got really popular was the Boston Bruins backup goaltender, Yaroslav Halak, has as many points as William Nylander, or at least he did at the time. I don't know if Nylander scored in the last couple of games, but I mean, he hasn't done anything. So, not much going on in this game yet. about 4 minutes in. Neither team has had any grade A. Neither team has had any like grade A scoring chances or anything. Not a ton going on. Yeah, Nylander's nice 11 points this year. He's really doing a lot. I don't like Nylander. Oh, there is a grade A chance. Huge save from Freddie Anderson on Kuznetsov. How Kuznetsov didn't bury that point-blank shot from the slot, I have no idea how that wasn't a goal. Great save from Anderson. Now here comes Washington again, and they don't shoot the puck. They turn it over, and now Toronto's coming back the other way. Patrick Laine or Matthews? Definitely Matthews. I think Matthews is the better player. Laine is a great goal scorer, but he's very streaky and very hit or miss. If he gets cold, he goes real cold. Well, Toronto clears the puck rather easily against a lousy Capitals forecheck. And now Toronto has possession in the offensive zone. I'll tell you what, though, this Toronto team is very soft along the walls. There's zero physicality with this Toronto team. They are going to get destroyed in the playoffs. Capitals just ice it there with 14:05 left. Yeah, now they're showing the replay of Kuznetsov's scoring chance. I mean, point blank, wide open in the slot, and big time save from Anderson there. Yeah, this Toronto team is really soft. Wow. Mitch Marner's on pace for 104 points this year. I knew the kid was good, but I didn't think he'd ever be that good. I mean, that's insane. I definitely figured he'd be a good, 80-point guy every year, but to get to 104, let's see if he actually gets there, but that is a lot. Nice save there. Pretty easy glove save for Anderson on Burakovsky, but flashed the leather a little bit there. Yeah, Marner's putting up a lot more assists than goals for sure. But, hey, if you get assists, somebody's scoring. So, the way I see it, points are points. Even if you get a bunch of assists, somebody's scoring. So it's just good to see the point totals really high. Wow, first commercial break already. I feel like this game has had, there hasn't been a lot of whistles. It's kind of moving along pretty fast, which is nice. But, yeah. So, first period's kind of chugging along here. Still no score. But, not a lot of whistles, back and forth play. Pretty even first period to this point, I think. I'll tell you what, I would, if he's going to score 100 points every year, I would definitely give him $10 million. Absolutely give him $10 million if he's going to be a 100-point player. Now, I don't know if he's going to be a 100-point player year in and year out, and that's probably the big question. But, I mean, points are points. And if you get to 100 in a season, that's pretty good. That is very, very good. Easy glove save there for Braden Holtby with exactly 13 minutes left in the first period. Yeah, Tavares has been quite the goal scorer for Toronto. He's got 30 goals already. He's going to blow his previous goal total for a season out of the water this year. Good hit there by Oshie on Morgan Riley, and then Ovechkin falls down. Wow, Ovechkin wide open in front of the net, and he falls down. And now Ovechkin and Oshie just absolutely slam into each other. And Ovechkin's hurt. Wow, Ovechkin he's down. He got absolutely leveled. Oshie and Ovechkin just run straight into each other, and Ovechkin catches Oshie's shoulder right on the chin. Ugh, that's not good. Yeah, he caught Oshie's shoulder right on the chin. All right, Ovechkin's laughing about it now, so I take it he's fine. Hey, Aaron, what's going on? Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, Ovechkin looks fine. He got up, and he's laughing about it now. But holy crap, that was scary, especially if you're a Capitals fan. It's too bad Oshie doesn't hit opposing players the way he just drilled Ovechkin. Yes, Rob, I am a big fan of men slamming into each other. Absolutely. Big face-off win. Good offensive pressure here from Toronto off this face-off win. Ooh, that somehow got through, but did not go in the net. Ended up wide. Washington can't clear, though. They cannot get the puck out. And there's another save by Holtby. Yeah, no, Oshie wasn't anything by that collision. He wasn't, didn't even seem to phase him at all. He just kind of went through it and got right back up. Whereas Ovechkin was the guy who definitely felt it. Oh, boy. Washington's given up 15 goals in the last 2 games. That is brutal. Brutal. Toronto's controlling the puck here pretty well. They've had puck possession for the last couple of minutes here. There's another shot that gets deflected wide and up and out of play. So still 0-0, 11-13 left in the first period. Game slowed down a little bit. The first 7 minutes of this period flew by, but the last 3 have been much, much slower. Hey, Panther Pucks, what's going on, man? Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And Rob, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know who that is. That does not sound fun, Panther, but I'm glad you finished and are done with it. That's good. And that's offsides on the Capitals. Here we go. So here's Washington dumping the puck in again. Or Toronto, I mean. Wow, that was dumb. Hey, TTC, what's going on, man? Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Oh, that puck just hit the linesman. Wow, some carnage early in this game. Yeah, that puck just hit the linesman and bounced into the bench. Ovechkin's hurt. Well, no, Ovechkin's in concussion protocol, but he looked fine, so he'll probably be back in a few minutes. But he has to go get looked at by the trainers after that collision with Oshie. The linesman just got drilled with a puck. A lot going on early in this game except goals. Hey, Transportation Land, what's going on? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. No problem about being late. That's fine. Marner just got his shot blocked. They maintain possession, though. And they can get right back into the zone now. Oh, that was a nice save on Morgan Riley by Holtby. And now back the other way, 2-on-2 for Washington. Washington's got the puck now in Toronto's zone. Yeah. Easy save there for Anderson. And another one that goes wide. And now another save by Anderson. And he covers the puck. Yeah, Oshie and Ovechkin collided. And Ovechkin was down for a while. But he got up, seemed to laugh it off, but then had to go to the quiet room for the concussion protocol. But I think he's all right, so he'll probably be back in a few minutes. Yeah, a lot of puck watching from the Leafs. They're not really moving, especially without the puck. They are really just kind of watching it and waiting for someone else to make a play, it seems like.
Toyota, let's go places. Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Listen, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-woo! Ronnie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico? I'd say happier than a camel on Wednesday. Oh, get happy.
All right, I got a couple questions here. I definitely want to answer before we get back to play. Do I think Washington will win the Cup this year? No, I don't. Repeating as Stanley Cup champion is very, very hard. I don't think Washington's going to do it. I think there are better teams in the East, and I just don't see them winning 4 playoff series again this year. I think someone else wins it this year. And Nick, thank you. Thanks for the question. I'm glad you found my channel. Hope you're enjoying it. And I think Ovi is 33. So I definitely think he has like another 4 or 5 years left in the league. But after that, once you get in that high 30s, 39, 40 years old, it really, it's tough to tell if a guy will be able to keep going that long. We've seen Zdeno Chara do it, where he's 41 and still on the Bruins. But we've seen some other guys really flame out around 37, 38, and that's it for them. So it's really tough to say with Ovechkin, but I do see at least 4 or 5 more really good years for Ovechkin, and then after that, it will just depend on his health, really. No, I don't only stream Bruins games. I actually stream, I think, quite a few non-Bruins games. No, I watch. I mean, I'm a Bruins fan, but I watch hockey as a whole in general. So I definitely stream more than just Bruins games. Oh boy, Brendan, our resident Rangers fan, is back. That's going to be interesting when the Rangers don't make the playoffs this year, but I don't think the Rangers are going to win the Cup. Thank you for watching the Chiarelli video earlier, Panther. Yes, I really hate Peter Chiarelli after what he did to the Boston Bruins. Yes, Meme King Rob, it is hump day. I agree their defense is not good enough. Washington does not have the defense to win the Stanley Cup this year. I think Barry Trotz not being their coach anymore, I think has made a big difference. Look at what Trotz has done with the Islanders. The Islanders were supposed to be a bottom-feeding Metro team down there with the Rangers and just not that good this year, and they're in first place right now. They're playing great structured defensively. They're getting good goaltending from Robin Lehner and Thomas Greiss. They're scoring goals. They have really good young talent. And I think Barry Trotz has coached that team up and made them a lot better than they should be. So I agree that Washington's defense is not good enough without Trotz. Calgary does look scary this year. They're a very, very good team. I am very much a believer in this Calgary Flames team. They are very, very good. Gaudreau should have a case for the Hart Trophy. He's definitely a candidate. I think Kucherov probably gets the Hart at this point, and I've been saying that, so that's kind of my feelings on that. But Gaudreau is right up there as far as Hart candidates. What's Bergeron's contract? I'm not sure what Bergeron's contract is. I know he's very underpaid for what he is as far as how good of a player he is. He is an underpaid guy, but he wanted to, take a little bit less to stay in Boston. Yes, Brendan, the Rangers did beat the Bruins on Saturday. Boston played lousy. Rangers had a good game, but it was only one game. If you think Mike Milbury was a bad coach, TTC, wait till you go look up what he did as GM. He was an even worse GM. I mean, it's extremely hard to win the Stanley Cup for everybody because it's just an extremely hard trophy to win. You have so many good teams in the NHL, and you have to go through 4 up to 7 game playoff series. It's just an absolute grind. It tests your depth. It tests your toughness. It tests your goaltending. Your entire team gets tested in the Stanley Cup playoffs. And no matter who wins it, it's extremely difficult to win the Stanley Cup. And it's very hard to do it twice in a row, which is why one of the big reasons I don't think Washington's going to win it this year, along with their defense. And it's hard. I don't know necessarily why it's so hard for President's Trophy winners to ever win the cup. They don't. The team that wins the President's Trophy very rarely wins the Stanley Cup. They just don't. I don't know why that is, but it's the way that the league is. Yeah, Nick, I don't think Ovechkin is going to catch Gretzky as far as goal scoring. I do think he gets to 800, though. I definitely think Ovechkin gets to 800, but he is not going to catch Gretzky, in my opinion. Yeah, the Leafs defense is god-awful, without a doubt. They have got to add a defenseman at the trade deadline if they want to do anything in the playoffs. Brendan, the Rangers are not going to make the playoffs. No, I'm not really sick anymore, TTC. I still cough a little bit. I think you've probably noticed it in my videos, where I'll be like talking and then I'll start doing like that, where I have to cough. And it's just like when I'm talking and the air is flowing through my throat, it's like tickling the back of my throat and making me cough for some reason. So I'm not really sick anymore, but I still have this lingering coughing problem. Yeah, no, agreed. Anderson is a big-time goaltender for Toronto, and he covers up a lot of mistakes from Toronto's defense. Hey, Dat Boy, what's going on? Thanks for being here. And I agree with you, Akuma. Rangers should be tanking because they're not going to win with what they have now. So they should be tanking for a superstar. Vasilevsky is an outstanding goaltender. Henrik Lundqvist is a very good goalie, but he is on his way out. He is definitely on the back nine of his career right now. He's probably on about hole number 16 as far as his career is concerned. He's only got a couple of years left, I think. Oh, Nick, you're a Carolina Hurricanes fan. Man, you guys haven't made the playoffs since 2009. If they don't get in this year, it's going to be 10 years. But yes, Whalers night, I loved seeing those Hartford Whalers colors back on the ice. Absolutely outstanding. And the Hurricanes beat the Bruins in those uniforms. Cam Talbot should be a backup goaltender. I think he's proven in Edmonton that he's not going to be a full-time starter, at least unless he has a really good team in front of him. And I think Talbot ends up being a backup somewhere next year. All right, so 4 minutes left here in the third period. Jesus, that was stupid. Not the third period, the first period. Now it's exactly 4 minutes. So getting down towards the end of the period here. Still 0-0 between two highly offensive teams in Washington and Toronto. So I think that's a little bit surprising that there's no score yet. Nice save there by Holtby on William Nylander. I think a lot of teams could benefit from Wayne Simmonds, TTC. He would be a great addition to pretty much any playoff team that's going, into the playoffs this year would benefit from having Wayne Simmonds. Yeah, Simmons. As a Bruins fan, I do not want Wayne Simmons going to the Maple Leafs because he would add a ton to that team. Um, he would give them toughness that they don't have right now. He would give them just physicality overall and grit that they desperately need. He'd give them a good leader in the locker room. Simmons would be a fantastic addition to the Maple Leafs, and as a Bruins fan, I do not want to see that because that could completely change a first-round series between Boston and Toronto, having Simmons on Toronto. Boston would not be able to just push around the Maple Leafs like they have the last couple of years if Wayne Simmons is in that Maple Leafs lineup. Rick Nash retired TTC. He had lingering concussion problems, so he retired at the pretty young age for retirement of 34. He had to hang him up early. Nick, I honestly don't mind the Hurricane celebration. It's pretty, yes, it's kind of childish and but I think it's fun and it's not something that I think is worth getting all worked up about the way some people are just constantly complaining about it. Yes, maybe it's a little cringy and childish, but you know what? It's not really hurting anybody. So I think people just need to calm down and let them do it. Who cares? That's my opinion on it, at least. Crosby or Lemieux? Definitely Lemieux. I absolutely think Lemieux. Yeah, I'm with you, Panther. I think it's pretty funny and it's just guys having fun. It's not anything that I really care about either way. Definitely not something that's worth getting worked up about. Oh, my soda's gone. That's the end of my drink for tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm paying so much attention to the chat. I'm not really paying attention to the game as much as I probably should be. Washington's on a power play right now. I believe it was a hooking call on the Maple Leafs, and they're a minute 15, a minute 20 through the power play. No score yet for the Capitals. Ovechkin is back. He's out there on the power play. Nice save there by Anderson on a shot from the point. Ovechkin's back for Washington, so he obviously passed the concussion protocol test, and he's out there for the power play. I think he's doing pretty well, Nick. The Hurricanes don't have a great roster. I didn't have huge expectations for them going into this year. So I think Brendamore's done a decent job as coach. I think that they're headed in the right direction, and they should snag a playoff spot at some point in the next couple of years as long as they continue to get better. I really like some of the young pieces that they have there. I don't think they make the playoffs this year, but they should within the next couple of years. No, Ovechkin's not out for the game. He just had to go and get tested, and once he passed the test, he's good to come back. He almost just scored there. It was just wide. And there's a Capitals goal. Nick Backstrom. Aho is definitely a very underrated player, Nick. Dat Boy with the pizza rolls ready, root beer in the game. Awesome. Sounds really fun. Dat Boy, good for you, man. Capitals just scored. Hey, Nolan, what's going on? Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Washington's up 1-0. We're down now to the final minute and 5 seconds in the first period. Washington just took the lead. Here comes Toronto, and they lose the puck. They had a 2-on-1, and the puck just stuck. Wow, that is awesome, Dat Boy. That that is definitely an incredible. And Toronto scores. We got a 1-1 game with only a few seconds left. Toronto ties it up with only 24 seconds left. Getting back to Dat Boy, that is incredible. I mean, that's definitely a great Christmas present. Flyers Penguins Stadium Series tickets. That is awesome, man. Congratulations. Yeah, Zibanejad is very underrated. He's a great player. Nazem Kadri with the goal for Toronto. He is not having a good year this year for the Maple Leafs, so might be real good to see him get on the board and get going a little bit. Oh, that is awesome, Dat Boy. I don't know if Florida will trade Bugstad. I don't know what Florida's going to do. They were kind of expected to be a playoff team this year, and they're far from it, to say the least. So I don't know what Florida's going to do as far as changes. I don't know Kadri's contract off the top of my head. That's something I would have to look up. Sorry. Oh, Luongo's just old. I don't think he's going to be their goaltender for very much longer because he's old. He's been around the league forever. So Florida's going to have to find another goaltender with Luongo when Luongo retires. Because every team has to have at least one all-star. So somebody had to go from the Hurricanes. Aho is the Hurricanes' best player. So someone from the Hurricanes had to go, so it was Aho. And Zibanejad had a better chance of making it than Kreider. Chris Kreider is not an all-star this year. Zibanejad you could make a case for. Reimer, I think Reimer's is a good backup, but I don't see Reimer being a starter. Oh, thank you, Akuma. 4.5 for another 4 years. Okay. Yeah, no, that's not a bad contract at all for Kadri. That is pretty good. Kadri's on a good contract, although he has not had a very good year this year. I agree, Nick. Carolina, one of their biggest problems is goaltending. They need a franchise goaltender, and until they're really going to struggle until they get one. Who will win the Super Bowl? Patriots. Patriots all the way for the Super Bowl. I'm obviously a huge Patriots fan, so I'm hoping that they win, but we'll have to wait and see. All right. I'm going to go grab my phone charger real quick because I don't want my phone to die and me to lose the chat because this chat is just not, it's blank on my computer, so I don't know what's up with that. But I got it up on my phone. I just need to make sure that my phone doesn't die. So I'll be gone for like 3 seconds. Don't go anywhere. The stream is not over. I just got to grab my charger. I'm back. Let me just get this plugged in here. Want to make sure that we keep the chat going. Scott Darling is not very good. No, not big into Scott Darling. I don't think he's very good. Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks, Nick. I am back. So, oh, shoot. I didn't do my obligatory, I guess that's the word, end of the period post. Yeah, no, Darling was down in the AHL for a short time, not too long ago. I remember doing the video on that, but he's since come back. But no, I'm not a big Scott Darling fan. Yeah, not surprising there, TTC. And yes, Tom Brady is without a doubt the GOAT. Greatest quarterback of all time. Yeah, Ronald, I agree. The first period was pretty slow. And I thought they called Darling back up. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that. But I thought they called Darling back up. But maybe I'm wrong on that. I do not follow the Hurricanes on a day-to-day basis, so I may be wrong about that. So while we're at commercial, I just quickly want to say that if you're not yet a subscriber to this channel, then please hit that subscribe button. I know most of you, I recognize a lot of these names. So I think most of you already are subscribers. But if anyone's happens to be watching that isn't, just hit that subscribe button. I do live streams like this pretty regularly every couple of weeks, more often in the playoffs. And then I do recorded content, multiple days a week on topics from across the NHL. So whatever team you're a fan of, I'll probably talk about them at least a little bit at some point. And I talk about the league as a whole a lot. So, yeah, thank you for all the support, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who's watching. And we'll get back into it now. Who should be the next GM for the Oilers? That is a very, very tough question. There are a lot of good candidates out there. Pretty much anyone is going to be an upgrade over Peter Chiarelli. I know that the two big names that I have heard are Kelly McCrimmon, who is currently the assistant GM with the Vegas Golden Knights, and Mark Hunter, who is the owner, GM, and like president of the London Knights in the OHL. Those are the two big names that I've been hearing. I think Kelly McCrimmon would be a great choice, given he's helped out a lot in creating a cup team. Well, not a cup winning team, but a very good and cup contending team in Vegas immediately in their first couple years in the league. I think he would put a very, very good team on the ice in Edmonton. So if I were Edmonton, I would be going all out after Kelly McCrimmon to be the GM, but that is just me. Yep, Dat Boy, almost to 1,000. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope that those numbers keep going up. I cannot wait to get to 1,000. That's going to be a big, big day for this channel. Yeah, Curtis McElhinney and Peter Mrazek have been the goaltenders for Carolina, but I think when McElhinney got injured, I think they called why can't I think of his name all of a sudden? Scott Darling. They called Darling back up, I think, when Curtis McElhinney got injured. Do the Bruins have a new jersey? I don't know. I can't keep up with all the jersey stuff in the NHL. There's a bunch of new ones coming out all the time. Some teams don't have third jerseys yet, and they're going to be getting them for next year. I know that the Bruins have worn their Winter Classic jersey the other day against Montreal, and I love those Winter Classic jerseys. So maybe Boston's getting a full-time third jersey now. I'm not sure. But there's so much going on with jerseys in the NHL. I really can't keep up with it all. Oh, okay. So they called up another goaltender, not Darling. All right. Well, thank you for that information, Nick, because I did not know that. I really haven't followed the Hurricanes that closely. The Flyers Stadium Series jerseys were leaked. I think I saw those. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember seeing those. Ugh. All right, guys, hang on. I'm going to check something else on my phone. So I'm not going to be in the chat for like the next minute or so. I'm just going to look at something else for a second, and then I'll be right back into the chat. But I can't read anything yet. Give that comment a heart. Love everyone commenting on my videos. That's awesome. Let's check analytics quickly here. See how the... All right, numbers look good. And see what's going on around the NHL. Anything yet? No. Oh, there's only 2 games going on right now anyway. Okay. Never mind. That's not worth it. So, I am back in the chat now. Yeah, McElhaney is a very good backup goaltender. So... Well, they're talking about Edmonton now between periods. Obviously, that's the big story around the NHL at this point, is everything going on with yeah, Kelly McCrimmon looks like one of the definite top candidates for the Oilers GM position. I think that would be a great hire for Edmonton. Yes, I do think that the what do you call it? The Patriots will win the Super Bowl. What is going on here with this? All right, yeah. So Darren Dreger is on NBCSN right now talking about the Edmonton situation, and he thinks that the potential list of candidates for the Oilers GM job could reach double digits, meaning they could look at more than 10 people to take that GM job, which because they know that this next hire has to be the right guy. They have got to get it right. So they're gonna examine all of their options and try and make sure they get the absolute best candidate possible. So Matthews and Toronto are inching forward towards a contract extension because he'll be an RFA after this season. But it looks like they're still not anywhere close to an imminent deal or anything like that. All right, Nick, no problem. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it, and I'll see you when you get back, man. Yes, if the playoffs were right now, Ronald, Boston and Toronto would be playing each other. It would be another epic first-round series for sure. Yes, Peter Chiarelli sucks. And RFA means restricted free agent. So he's not unrestricted. He can't just go sign with another team. Toronto retains his rights to sign him, but they do have to sign him to a new contract. He's a restricted free agent. And other teams could make offer sheets for him, which is a whole other complicated thing.
Unlike most recovery drinks, chocolate milk naturally provides protein. I know that, and now so do you. built with chocolate milk. Nutrients to refuel, natural protein to rebuild, backed by science.
No problem, man. I mean, I'm not gonna come on here and then be dicks to my subscribers, because then you would all unsubscribe. I'm trying to. Of course, I'm gonna be nice to you guys. This is fun to do. I want to keep doing it, but I gotta have subscribers to keep doing it. I'm not gonna be a dick. Should be getting back to hockey here pretty soon. So yeah, the Saints should be in the Super Bowl, but they're not. It should be Patriots Saints, but it's not, because that blatant pass interference call that just wasn't called. So we got the Rams. Yeah, nah, I'll be a dick to people when they won't stop asking me to show the game. That is when I'll be a dick to people. It says right in the description that this is not the game. This is my reaction. And if they can't understand that, then I will be a dick to them, yes. Because they were free agents, TTC. They were unrestricted free agents at the end of last year, and Toronto did not have the money to re-sign them. So Bozak and Van Riemsdyk signed with other teams. Bozak's in St. Louis, and Van Riemsdyk went back to Philadelphia. All right, so no, nobody. I don't think a team can. I don't think a player can. No, there's minimum contracts, and no one's going to sign for free. No player would sign for free. That wouldn't make any sense. All right, that's pretty funny, Eddie, but believe me, none of you want to see me do that. I am not about to interpretive dance on YouTube in front of an audience of people, upwards of maybe 100 people who might see this. So I am all set. Yeah, Panther, I don't blame you for wanting a new team. But you're a Panthers fan, and you stick with them. They'll be good eventually. Every team at least has a couple of good years in their history. They'll get good eventually. I don't know what the league. I think the league minimum is like $750,000 for a 1-year contract. I think. Well, the veteran minimum, I think, it might be $750K for a veteran. Maybe it's $800. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's a few. It's under $1 million, and that's the minimum that a veteran player signs for. And then entry-level contracts can be a lot lower than that. Some bandwagon fans. I think the league minimum is somewhere around $750,000 per year. I think that's the league, or somewhere around there. Might be a little bit off, but I'm trying to think of like the veteran players who were, fourth line guys who signed contracts this past offseason. Guys like Matt Hendricks and JT Brown, that were kind of Eric Fair, veteran minimum type guys. I think their contracts were around $750,000, $800K, something like that. No, nobody can sign for $1. All right, we're back underway here in the second period. 1-1 hockey game. Teams have switched sides, rested up, and we are underway. Nice save there by Anderson on a deflected shot. And that's icing on Toronto. How much pizza is in New York? A lot. I've never been to New York City, but I know that there is a lot of pizza there. No, NBCSN and NBC will never stop showing Chicago. It's ridiculous. They're one of the worst teams in the league, and they get shown like 4 times this month, or 4 or 5 games this month on NBC and NBCSN have involved the Chicago Blackhawks. It's absolutely ridiculous. Every time I think about it, I end up ranting about it because it just pisses me off. There's so many good teams that hardly ever get shown. Tampa Bay is running away with the NHL this year, and they've only been on NBC, I think, like once or twice this season. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yet Chicago gets on 4 or 5 times a month. Are you kidding me? It's an absolute joke. Oh, nice save there on Vrana by Anderson. That was a great chance for the Capitals. Here comes Marlowe. Nice save by Holtby coming back the other way. So now Toronto's got puck possession and putting the pressure on in the offensive zone. I have a feeling the next goal in this game is going to be a real big one. Whoever can take that 2-1 lead is going to really get put in the driver's seat of this game. Wilson just rocketed it by the net. Another shot wide. And the Capitals can't hold it in. That's offsides. Hey, there you go, Dat Boy. Nice. I appreciate that. Thank you. No, I need the Bruins hat to keep my head warm. I'm not taking it off. It's cold down here. My basement is pretty cold right now, so, it's only in like the 20s outside. It's cold down here. I need the hat. So here comes Toronto into the offensive zone again, cycling the puck and maintaining possession very well. Now Washington clears and is coming back the other way. And a nice save there by Freddie Anderson. Keep this game 1-1. No, I don't know Anderson's contract off the top of my head. Contracts are things that I really don't know that well. I look them up before I do videos, so I don't sound stupid, or I know what I'm talking about, but I have to look them up. I don't really know them much off the top of my head. Yeah, Canada is really nice. Do I like Tom Wilson? Well, I love the way that he plays. I love physical, tough guys. I wish he wasn't so stupid sometimes. But overall, yes, I do like Tom Wilson. I wish there were more players like him. I just wish he wasn't such a moron sometimes. Like some of his hits are just plain dumb. But overall, I love physical hockey. I love fighting. And Tom Wilson does all of that, so I do like Tom Wilson. Yeah, Tim Thomas is long retired. He was absolute garbage after he left the Bruins, and yeah, he's long retired. There's no more soda left. Nope. Shit. Halak has been very, very good this year. Much better than I ever anticipated him to be. I did not like the Bruins signing Halak at all when that first happened. I said that in multiple videos, and there's a goal from Ovechkin. I was very wrong about Halak. He's been absolutely fantastic. And now it is 2-1 Washington. Ovechkin just ripped a shot by Anderson. Nothing Anderson could really do. Right from the top of the circle, blocker side. There's an absolute blast by him. What's that now? Like 30? How many goals does Ovechkin have at this point? Like 35? That's a huge goal for the Capitals. 37. Holy crap. 37 goals for Ovechkin. And we're not even at the All-Star break yet. Not even at the All-Star break. Ovechkin might score 60 this year. It's definitely possible. He might score 60 this year. No. Well, that's an interesting question, TTC, because Halak was much better than Rask at the beginning of this season. Tuukka Rask had a horrible start to the year, and Halak is the only reason the Bruins won any games at the beginning of the year. But then recently, Rask has been definitely better than Halak. So I think overall, Rask is probably the better goalie, but he's had some very, very good moments for the Bruins this season. And Rask has had some very bad moments for the Bruins this season. So that's a difficult question to answer. But overall, I think Rask is a little bit better. Yeah, that shot, it was unbelievable. I am watching on NBC Sports Network. This is the national TV game in the U.S. Going on right now on NBCSN. So Washington's up 2-1 now. I just said that second goal was going to be huge for this game. We'll see if Washington can build off that and extend their lead, or if Toronto fights back. Washington has the puck now. So Washington's controlling the puck. And now here comes Toronto, though, into the offensive zone. Yeah, good shot block there by the Capitals. Yes, I do know what Sportsnet is, TTC. Watch a lot of their highlights and stuff on YouTube. That's all right, Maddie. No problem. Thanks for stopping in and watching. I really, really appreciate it. Good luck with your midterms. I hope you ace them. Keep our snap streak going. I'm totally down for continuing that. And hopefully see you at the next one and talk to you soon. Thanks, man. Oh, there's a nice save by Holtby on a blast from the point for Toronto. All good, Dat Boy. No problem. Man, none of you guys have to stay for the whole thing. You know, it's just if you're available and are around for a short time to stop in and say hello, chat it up a little bit. And when you have to go, you have to go. I appreciate all you guys coming in and watching. And good luck with your tests and midterms and everything. And I certainly remember those days, that's for sure. And I'm glad that I don't have those anymore, to be honest. So while we're on commercial, just going to say, although most of you already are subscribers, if anyone watching this is not yet a subscriber to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. I do streams like this every couple of weeks or so. I also do recorded content on a pretty regular basis on topics from across the NHL. So as long as you're a fan of hockey and a fan of the NHL, there are videos here for you to check out. So hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Also, if you're enjoying this stream, give it a thumbs up and hit that like button. That helps out a lot more than most people even realize. It really helps move the video to the top of YouTube and gets it seen by more people. So the likes are really important. So hit that thumbs up if you're enjoying this, and I would really, really appreciate that. Thank you. I am 22. I graduated college last May with a degree in communication, and yeah, so I've been out of school now since May, and probably never going to school ever again. Do I like Disney? Yes, I do like Disney. I've been to Disney 3 times, and Disney is always fun. So yes, I like Disney. Alex Ovechkin is now tied with Sergei Fedorov for the most points all time by a Russian NHL player. So that is awesome for Ovechkin. He keeps climbing in the all-time points list. And yeah, Ovechkin is an all-time great for sure. Without a doubt, first ballot Hall of Famer. Here comes the Capitals. Oh, Connolly just missed the far post there. That close to making it 3-1. He just missed the net. Nice save there by Anderson. I played hockey for 12 years. I don't play anymore outside of pond hockey. I actually played pond hockey 3 days in a row last week because one of the reservoirs near where I live froze up. So a bunch of my friends got together and we played pond hockey for 3 straight days last week. So I do play pond hockey still. I still skate still, but I don't play organized hockey anymore. I played organized hockey for 12 years from the time I was 6 years old until through my senior year of high school, and then after high school, I was done with hockey. I wasn't good enough to go on to any level past that. And I have been watching hockey literally my entire life. My dad is a huge hockey fan. My grandfather's a big hockey fan. So from the moment I could comprehend what hockey was, I've been watching hockey. And probably even before that, I just don't remember it. But yeah, I've been watching hockey forever. Oh, there's a nice save on Anderson on Tom Wilson. Capitals are really storming here. They're looking to get this to 3-1. They know that they need another goal. Oh, there's a great save by Holtby as the Toronto comes back down the other end, and that puck's out of play for a whistle. A lot of end-to-end action in this period. This has been an exciting last couple minutes here. So, yeah, I've been watching hockey for a long time, played hockey for a long time. Hockey is definitely my number one sport, although I'm certainly a fan of other sports and mostly just sports in general. No, I don't. Can the Capitals go back-to-back? Absolutely. The Capitals do have a team that could win the Stanley Cup. Do I think that they're going to? No, I don't. I don't think the Capitals go back-to-back and win again this year. I just think that there are other teams in the East who can knock them off. And going back-to-back is so extremely difficult. Honestly, I think we might have a Western Conference Stanley Cup champion this year. Winnipeg and Nashville really stand out to me as strong Stanley Cup contenders. So we'll have to wait and see how the playoffs go and how things work out. But I would not bet on the Capitals going back to back. I would definitely take the field over the Capitals winning again. No, I really don't watch the NBA. That's really the only league or sport that I don't watch. Is NBA. I'm not a big basketball guy. When I do watch basketball, it's the March Madness tournament for college basketball. Outside of that, I really don't watch basketball, and I rarely watch any NBA. I think that was Matthews. Austin Matthews, no, it was Kapanen. Just had an open net, and the Capitals defenseman made the save. Toronto is having a really strong push here to try and tie this game up. Capitals defenseman with the save. Yes, Lord Stanley of Preston is where the Stanley Cup came from and why it's called the Stanley Cup. What else was I going to talk about? I think that's it. I think I'm caught up here. Niskanen with a good defense there on Zach Hyman. Nice save there by Anderson on a shot from the point. And Toronto exits the zone again. Here they come with speed, a lot of speed. Oh, just missed the net. Great shot from the point there for the Maple Leafs. This game has really opened up the last few minutes here. We've got a lot of high-speed end-to-end action and scoring chances on both sides. This is getting exciting. Nice glove save there on a deflection shot. Anderson snags it with the glove, and we're going to commercial break. Wow, what a save by the Capitals defenseman there. No, I don't listen to much rap. A little bit here and there, but not much. Pretty much the only rap I would listen to would be something if it comes on Top 40 radio or something like that. I do listen to quite a bit of rock, hard rock, classic rock, metal. I listen to pretty much all music, but I definitely, lean more towards the rock, metal genres than anything else. And then pop I listen to from time to time, country if it's on the radio, rap if it's on the radio, it depends. But I'm mostly into like rock and anything stemming from rock music. First video game memory. Oof, that's tough. I'm trying to think back. I think NHL 2004. I think my first, because my first PlayStation 2 games were like NHL 2004, Madden 2004, NBA Live 04, and MVP Baseball 04. All the 04 games when I got my PS2. So I would say that those sports games from 2004 would be my first video game memories. Unless I'm forgetting something from before then, but I don't think so. Well, Eddie, I promise you that I have never gone to a family reunion to meet girls, so I don't think I listen to it too much. Yeah, Michael Vick was unstoppable in that game. He could run and throw, and defenses had no clue how to deal with him. Always played as well. I didn't always play as Michael Vick, but I often played as Michael Vick if I wanted a running quarterback in that game. All right, so we're down to under 9 minutes left in this period now. Again, a lot of end-to-end high-speed action the last few minutes here. And Toronto's trying to tie it up, and Washington wants this insurance goal to make it 3-1. Wow, that's incredible. That is vintage Card. I mean, the Cardinals stunk back then. The Cardinals were so bad back then, too. Oh, that is a great blocker save from Holtby. Wow. That's a big save for the Capitals. Oh, another huge save from Holtby. 2-on-1 for Toronto, and Holtby makes the pad save. Toronto still has the puck, though, and is storming in the offensive zone. Holtby with another save. I'll tell you, Braden Holtby looks like a Stanley Cup winning goalie tonight. He has been fantastic. Here comes Toronto. Nope, it's not going to reach. No icing. Oh, good clear there for Washington. 2-on-1. Now Ovechkin got caught from behind. And scores. Toronto ties it up. Hey, Nylander finally did something. Look at that. Nylander's best shift of the uniform. That was so stupid. Nylander's best shift in the uniform of this year. Ray Ferraro just said something like that, but it's William Nylander's best shift of the year. Great work along the wall, and then he passes to Zaitsev, who rips it home. Nylander with the big-time assist. Great board work, and a huge goal tying this game up for the Maple Leafs. Wow, I cannot talk tonight. I'm saying some really, really fumbling my words at points. I don't know why. So now we're right back to square one. We have a tie game. This has been a very back-and-forth affair, as you would expect between two top teams in the Eastern Conference. Yeah, Nylander needs to do that a lot more. And that's out of play. Wait, that's Zaitsev's first goal of the season? Wow. Ugh. The skills competition is on Friday night of this week, and the All-Star game is on Saturday night of this week. So Friday skills, Saturday game. Now here comes Washington looking to take the lead back. They're pushing into the offensive zone. Nice wraparound chance there for Washington. Good save by Anderson. Oh, Connolly gets good shot off, and that gets stopped. And Eller goes too high over the net. This has been a great response shift from the Capitals, though. Another huge save from Anderson. Now Anderson looks like the high-level goaltender. We've had some great goaltending tonight at both ends. Yeah, the game is Saturday night. I'm not sure of the times, honestly. I know that they're pretty late at night Eastern time, because I remember checking the schedule and thinking, God, do I really want to stay up for this? Because it's in San Jose, so they're obviously going off of Pacific time. So for us in the East, like me, everything's pretty late at night. Yeah, 9:15 is going to be a brutal start for me as far as time goes. It's in San Jose this year, TTC. No, not in Tampa. Wasn't it just in Tampa? Either last year or the year before, I think it was in Tampa. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm dumb, but yeah, no,
This is nice. Happy anniversary.
yeah, you're right, Eddie. It really is only 1 hour games of basically pond hockey with this 3-on-3 setup. But still, the 9:15 start time has me shook. No, I really should, Eddie, but I don't. I don't. I haven't played any hockey, pickup hockey, or anything at the local rink. When I do play hockey, it's always just pond hockey in the winter with my friends. But I definitely should, play some pickup somewhere and try and get back playing more often. Because right now I only play, a week or two out of the year when we have good ice for pond hockey, and that's it. And then that's done. I'm done playing. So maybe I'll get back into playing more organized, join men's league or something like that. Start becoming a beer league player. Yeah, I don't know. That is different. The All-Star game is usually on a Sunday, but they did change it this year. It's on Saturday night, and I have no idea why, to be honest with you. that was an NHL league decision, and I don't know why, but definitely different having the skills on Friday night and the game on Saturday night rather than having the skills on Saturday night and the hell. Why can't I talk? I cannot think tonight. I keep getting losing my train of thought. The game on Sunday is what I was trying to say. Yeah, I should play all year, but maybe I'll get back into it. The outdoor series, TTC, like the Stadium Series games this year, it's Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Yeah, probably, Eddie, probably. And the Maple Leafs are going to go on a power play. No, Boston was in the Winter Classic. The Winter Classic was on January 1st, and it was Boston versus Chicago. The Stadium Series is different, and that is Pittsburgh and Philadelphia this year, but that's also an outdoor game. So John Carlson just took a... Oh, no. Ovechkin took the penalty for cross-checking. So Ovechkin to the box for the Capitals, and Toronto now gets a power play with 4:25 left in the second period. So let's see. Maybe Toronto can take the lead now. And yes, the Winter Classic is outside. Oh, here comes... Oh, Toronto, golden chance for Kadri, and he shoots it over the net. Wow, that Caps got lucky there. Marner with a nice slick pass to Morgan Rielly there. How did Tavares not score there? Oh my God. I don't know how Toronto doesn't have a 3-2 lead right now. And they finally score. Auston Matthews with the goal. Toronto is now on top. Wow. Yeah, nice. I don't know how Tavares didn't score on that first chance, but Matthews gets the puck, plays a little catch, and then comes right down and just rips it 5-hole on Braden Holtby, and that's a nice power play goal for Auston Matthews. His 8th power play goal of the season. Matthews has been outstanding for the Maple Leafs this year. Right through the legs on Holtby. I agree. Fantastic goal song in Toronto. Absolutely fantastic goal song. Yeah, I love that drag shot move. It changes the angle just enough to really screw up the goalies. And the goalie can never seem to read it right off the stick. I absolutely love Hall & Oates. Hall & Oates, one of my favorite musical artists of all time. Greatest musical duo of all time, without a doubt in my mind. I am a huge, huge Hall & Oates fan. Absolutely love them. Yeah, Willie and Matthews have been very good tonight. So hopefully that's not just like a one-time thing before the All-Star break. I mean, it'd be kind of nice if they didn't have a long break coming after this game to where they could just roll that momentum through. But we'll see if the break, interferes with this momentum at all, or if they just continue that for the second half of the season, and that really starts something good for the Maple Leafs. Yes, Eddie, I do like Megadeth. I've actually seen Megadeth live. They are incredible live. So yes, I do like Megadeth. And see, I can't pick a favorite Hall & Oates song because I literally like almost all of them, or maybe. I mean, I can't think of one off the top of my head that I don't like, so I love Hall & Oates. Yes, Def Leppard, yes. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be hard for you guys to find music that I don't like, because I really like, I mean, I love music in general, so it's hard to find music that I don't like. Oh, Iron Maiden again, another fantastic band. I would have loved to have seen them live back in the day, but I was not born yet in Iron Maiden's heyday. No, Gucci Gang is trash. And when you get into shit music like that, that is music that I don't like. Gucci Gang is trash. Ariana Grande is all right. Not my favorite. There are definitely pop singers I like a lot more than Ariana Grande, but she's okay. I don't hate it or anything. Any sort of like mumble rap shit or any of these stupid SoundCloud guys with face tattoos and rainbow hair and all that shit, I don't like any of that crap. Yeah, I love Metallica, especially old Metallica. Like Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, and Master of Puppets Metallica is just incredible. Kiss is good, yeah. Again, Kiss probably isn't one of my all-time favorite bands or anything like that, but I certainly don't dislike them. Yeah, that Wasp song, I think that's like the only Wasp song that anyone knows, but it's a good song. Drake, I don't hate Drake. Drake is someone that I do not go out of my way to listen to, but when Drake comes on the radio, I don't change it or anything. It's just kind of a fun being with the times music to listen to. Yeah. I mean, I like all those old bands for sure. Oh, definitely. I hate Kanye West. I don't know why, but I've always hated Kanye West's music. I don't like Kanye at all. So I'd have to pick Drake over Kanye, even though I don't really listen to either of them on a regular basis. End of the second period, we have a 3-2 Toronto lead here. End of the second. Yeah, I mean, like I said, when if I listen to rap, it's just something that it's just if it comes on the radio on a top 40 station or something like that. I don't go out of my way to listen to a lot of rap. If I do, it's like old 90s rap, like NWA or Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Classic stuff like that. I love Eminem, especially old Eminem. Post Malone, I love Post Malone. I don't really count Post Malone really as a rapper. I think he's more of a pop artist. But I absolutely love Post Malone. He's definitely one of my favorite modern artists out like right now in their heyday. Post Malone's right up there as one of my favorites. Old school rap is very, very good. I love old school rap. Much, much better than new rap. I probably don't need my phone plugged in anymore, I don't think. Actually, it's not really charging much. I think between me using it for this chat, it's offsetting the charging. So, yeah. Lil Wayne's not bad. Lil Wayne, we used to bump Lil Wayne in the locker room before hockey games all the time in high school. That's where I got into Lil Wayne, was in the locker room. So I'll definitely listen to a little bit of Lil Wayne. Lil Tay, I don't even know who that is. Never even heard of Lil Tay. Never heard of Big Pump. I don't. Maybe I'm just not with the times, but I do not know who these people are. I do, yes. No, I will definitely fuck with some Travis Scott. I know he's got some real big songs out on the radio now. So I'll bump a little Travis Scott from time to time. Definitely don't hate it. Oh, this damn cough. Justin Bieber, honestly, Justin Bieber, I wanted to hate. Like and I did hate. I absolutely hated Justin Bieber for the longest time just because it was Justin Bieber. And he was this little, 15, 16-year-old boy singing these stupid pop songs with the hair down over his face. He looked like such a little girl almost. I wanted to hate Justin Bieber so bad. But honestly, I don't. He has some good songs, and he has some songs that I absolutely listen to. And when they come on in the car, on the radio, I don't change the channel. And again, I don't go out of my way to listen to Justin Bieber, but I do, like some of his songs. Rihanna's all right. Pretty, again, pretty hit or miss. She has some songs that I definitely like and some that I could do without. Again, don't go out of my way to listen to her, but if it's on, don't hate it. I don't even know who Johnny Orlando is, so I probably wouldn't like him. I used to like Adele, but I don't know. When Adele first came out, I just thought she was like this really, really good singer, and I liked it, but I don't know. It's worn off a little bit. I really don't like her as much anymore. I don't know. I'm just not big on Adele like I used to be. When she first came out, I was like, oh my God, someone who can actually sing and isn't, like this auto-tuned, person who can't actually sing and is just a star because they have money or they were on TV and now they want a recording career. She was different from all that, but over the years, I don't know, it's worn off, and I don't like Adele as much. But she does have a very good voice. Freestyle dance music. That is interesting because I'm a big EDM fan. I've done a lot of with EDM, especially in high school for different, the drum group I was in, and just like my friends, we were big into EDM. So I don't know. Maybe I would like this freestyle dance music stuff. I'll have to check it out. I love Blink-182, pop punk in general. I don't care if I'm too old for pop punk and I'm not a 15-year-old high school kid anymore. I still love pop punk. I love Blink. I really like some of the newer pop punk bands like Neck Deep and Man Overboard. But yeah, no, I'm definitely into that. Do I like Fortnite? I've never had Fortnite. I've never owned Fortnite. I have played Fortnite and it was fun to play, but I've never had it. The only times I've played it have been at my friend's house. It has been around for a while now. I'm honestly surprised. Usually when games get really hot like Fortnite did and everyone played it and literally everyone, it was a cultural phenomenon. And those usually tend to be a really quick thing, like Pokemon Go was, where absolutely everyone was doing it for a month or two, and then it just dies out. And Fortnite's never died. People are still playing it. People are still getting thousands and thousands of views streaming it. It hasn't died, and I think that's rare in our culture. Things are usually very, very quick. they get really big and then they die really fast. And Fortnite hasn't died yet, so I think that's pretty interesting. Anti-Flag. I don't know a ton of Anti-Flag. I think they had a song in one of the NHL games. That's where I really know them from. But they're not a band that I listen to a lot. Nirvana, I love. Aerosmith. Oh my God, Aerosmith. I love Aerosmith. Early Aerosmith, not the '90s garbage. No, early Aerosmith, '70s Aerosmith is just one of my favorite just sounds. The sound that band had in the '70s is one of my favorite sounds, favorite music of all time. Just so cool to listen to. Such a cool, awesome, raunchy. Raunchy is the word I use for '70s Aerosmith's guitar sound. Raunchy guitar sound from Joe Perry. Absolutely love it. Just huge Aerosmith fan, especially old Aerosmith. Just so good. Saxophone's a cool instrument, though.
Seminole's okay. Just okay. Is it fresh? Sort of. Shot had it this morning. Unfortunately, he went home sick. But he went
Rip Quiznos. That is a classic there, TTC. I haven't even heard of Quiznos in years. I almost forgot about their existence, but yeah, Rip Quiznos. Oh man, that is vintage. Fleetwood Mac is incredible. Love Fleetwood Mac. Love Stevie Nicks, especially again 70s. Slipknot is one of my all-time favorite bands. I'm a huge Corey Taylor fan. I love Slipknot and Stone Sour, but Slipknot is one of my all-time favorite bands. Absolutely love Slipknot. Cannot wait for their new album. Huge Tool fan as well. I've given up on waiting for a new Tool album. I feel like it's never going to happen. But Tool, just ridiculous music. Again, Tool is in one of my top 5 greatest bands of all time. They are unbelievable. Huge Tool fan. So their music is so complex, so ridiculous. Their lyrics are incredible. Maynard's voice is incredible. The industrial sound is just like that whole prog 90. I love Tool. It's 3-2 Toronto, Brendan. Skillet I used to listen to a lot in high school. I really don't anymore though, but I did used to a lot in like when I was 15, 16. Yeah, prog metal and prog rock is just absolutely fantastic. Just so much fun to listen to, so complex, so much substance to it musically, just incredible. Queen, yes. Rush, yes. Love Rush, love Queen. It's going to be hard for you guys to find music that I don't like. Unless you're naming modern, like, rappers and crap. But if you keep naming classic bands like this and then really good rock bands, I am going to definitely keep on saying that I love them. Yes, I love Deep Purple. Blue Oyster Cult's fantastic. Tool music is very trippy. I'll give you guys some stories about Tool music. So in college, especially this past year, I would, I pretty much all of my roommates and suite mates that I lived with smoked, and I was never a huge weed smoker. I was honestly more in high school than in college. Once I got to college, I became, much more of just strictly alcohol, and I never smoked that much. But from time to time, I would always get high with my friends or something. And my senior year, this past year, I lived with, everybody smoked. I was like Like the two kids that lived upstairs smoked. My friend that lived way upstairs smoked. The kid that lived next to me and the kid that lived next to me over there smoked. So, I partook in the festivities from time to time, and I'll tell you, I would take a few bong rips and like 5 or 6 bong rips, and as someone who didn't smoke a lot, that sent me like into outer space. I would just go I would just take a few bong rips and then go lay in my bed and listen to Tool albums. And let me tell you, I would just go to sleep and have the trippiest dreams. I don't even know if I was asleep or if I was just tripping or what was going on, but I would just lay in bed listening to Lateralis and Enema and 10,000 Days and just listen to those Tool albums for like an hour after smoking. And I'll tell you, some of the shit that was going through my head was just unreal. It was so much fun. So yeah, so I mean, Tool when you're high is fantastic. David Bowie, I really like some David Bowie songs. I really don't like some David Bowie songs. Very, very hit or miss with David Bowie with me. Blake Shelton, again with Blake Shelton, some songs I like, some I really don't. It's hit or miss, depends on the song. Boxcar Willie, I really don't know. Alice Cooper, I like. Pink Floyd, I like. Yes. Again, not like super into Pink Floyd. Like I'm not gonna get the Prism, the Dark Side of the Moon Prism, like tattooed on my arm or anything. I'm not like a super Pink Floyd fan, but I do like Pink Floyd. Montreal and Arizona is tied 1-1 at near the start of the third period. Yeah, school sucks, man. Go to school high, it'll be better. Rolling Stones, I do like. Again, not a huge Rolling Stones fan, but depends on the song. Some songs are absolutely fantastic. Some I'm more on, but I do like the Rolling Stones. I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm surprised that you guys haven't put this band in they asked me about it yet. But I am not a big Beatles guy. I really don't like the Beatles much at all. They have a few songs that I listen to. I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. But for the most part, I don't like the Beatles that much. Just not my kind of music. I don't like their sound. That's just me. I know they're a band that like everyone seems to be like, like how do you not like the Beatles? But I just don't. No, not a big John Lennon fan. Didn't like his solo music after the Beatles. I'm not a Beatles guy. Am I depressed? That's kind of a loaded question, but probably not. Maybe. I don't know. I've never really listened to Louis Armstrong outside of like when we learned about jazz and stuff in music class back in like middle school. But I've never really like gone off on my own and listened to Louis Armstrong, so I can't say that I have an opinion either way. Hang on, guys. I gotta go throw something out for a second. I will be right back. Third period is going to be starting soon, and you can definitely keep asking questions. I'm more than happy to answer them. This has been a fun chat. So I'm just going to go throw this out real quick. And maybe grab another soda for the third period. I don't know. We'll see. Y'all find out when I get back. Heyo, guys, I'm back, and I got a drink that is better than a soda. It's a beer. This will definitely help me go to sleep after this game.
The NHL and NBCSN is brought to you by Discover Card, the official credit card of the NHL. And by Geico, 15 minutes to save you 15% or more.
All right. So we're back. Third period should be starting up very soon here. We have a 3-2 Toronto lead right now. Toronto is at home. William Nylander has 2 assists tonight. He's having a really good game. Probably his best, not probably, definitely his best game of the season since signing. Matthews has the game, the third goal, and Toronto is 22-0-0 when leading after 2 periods this year. Absolutely perfect going into the third period with a lead. So it is going to be quite the job for Washington to come out of this game with a win. Yeah, Washington hasn't won in 6 games, so they're desperate for a win at this point. So we'll see, does Washington's losing streak continue to 7 before the All-Star break, or does Toronto's perfect record of when leading after 2 get broken? We'll have to see this third period. Toronto's controlling the puck early. They have the puck in the offensive zone, but now here comes the Capitals exiting. And they're onside, apparently, although that looked awful close, but it doesn't matter because Toronto clears the puck. Good stick there by Wilson to take the puck away. Now here comes Washington into the zone. I don't watch a lot of golf, so don't think that I'm watching like every tournament every week on Golf Channel or anything like that. But big tournaments like the U.S. Open, the Masters, obviously, the British Open, big tournaments like that, I will watch from time to time, especially on Sundays. I mean, I'm never going to really watch on a Thursday or Friday that early in the tournament, but on a Sunday of a big tournament, I will watch golf from time to time, yes. I'm not sure how the Toronto Marlies are doing this year. I think they're like a middle of their division team in the AHL. They're not as good as they were last year, though. That's for sure. And Toronto scores again. Kadri's second of the night. I put my phone down. Now it's 4-2 Toronto, and that is a big goal for the Maple Leafs. A devastating goal for the Capitals, who it now appears look like they're going to go into the All-Star break on a 7-game losing streak. This break could not have come at a better time for Washington. Let's hope that the long time off with the All-Star break and then their bye week really gives them a chance to reset here and they come out of it looking much better. What a blast by Kadri by Holtby. No, I have to say I do not watch women's sports. I don't find it exciting. Yeah, that was quite a shot there from Kadri. So Kadri with some big time production today, and Nylander with some big time production today. 2 guys that desperately Toronto needed to get going. No, I really don't watch women's hockey at all. Maybe if it's like a USA versus Canada gold medal game in the Olympics or something like that, maybe I would watch the game, but I really don't watch much women's hockey. I don't watch much women's anything. Do I have school class presentations? I mean, I used to. I'm not in school anymore. But when I was in school, I definitely had plenty of presentations to do. So yes, I used to, but not anymore. Yeah, yeah, Akuma. The third line has been fantastic for Toronto tonight, without a doubt. Big game for them. Yeah, no, I used to, yes. Yes, Panther. Definitely used to. And I honestly, I used to hate presentations too, but looking back, they really weren't that bad, and I made it out way worse than it actually was. And it really wasn't a big deal. Towards the end of college, I really didn't mind giving presentations. I was fine with it. Nice save there by Anderson to maintain this 2-goal lead.
Improvise there and come up with a proper save selection. Good stuff by Anderson. He's been strong tonight. Anderson made him inheriting Denmark. One of the cities that played host to last spring's World Hockey Championship. So Carl worked in his shoes, hoping knocked that away. And then about a month later, he went to Lars Eller's Stanley Cup party in Copenhagen.
Yeah, if you can make the last clap. I cannot talk tonight. What the hell? If you can make the class laugh during a presentation, you're golden. Like, plus the way, I used to get really nervous standing up in front of the whole class and like giving a presentation, but then it got to the point it's like no one's there to make fun of you. No one's there hoping that you fail. All these kids have to give their own presentations. We're all in the same boat here. Like, there's nothing to be nervous about. And once I got to that point in college, it really didn't happen until college. I got to the point where I was like, you know what? This isn't hard at all. Just get up here, talk. I have my notes. I know what I'm talking about. And then if you can put in some jokes and really get the class to laugh and like you and enjoy listening to you, then you're golden for presentations. So really, man, the earlier I fully understand why you hate presentations. And I used to be the same way, but let me tell you, as a word of advice, the earlier you get to past hating presentations and you get to the point where you're comfortable talking in front of people, it can just get so much easier. And the earlier you can do that, the better. It will make your life so much easier and so much less stressful. No, I do not go to church. I am definitely not a church going person at this point. Certainly possible, James. The Capitals could drop to fourth place, and it seems likely at this point that they're going to, because they don't play again for a while. Their bye week is after the All-Star break, so they have the All-Star break and then their bye week, so they don't play again for a while. So teams are going to be catching them in the standings simply because they're not playing. Wow, we've already played more than 5 minutes of this period. It seems to be going pretty fast. Wow, I better finish my beer. Yeah, the Penguins definitely, should catch the Capitals. You have Columbus playing really good hockey. I just did 2 videos on Columbus the other day. You have the Islanders, who are in first place and having a fantastic season. Washington, there's no gimmies here for the Capitals. Even though they're the defending champs, they're in a tough, tight division, and nothing is going to be handed to them. And this 7-game losing streak has not helped. Here comes Smith Pelly. Easy save there. or it went wide. I don't know if if Anderson got his blocker on that or if it just went wide. Either way, it wasn't really close to being a goal. Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that, Akuma. I think as long as they get into the playoffs, where they're at, as far as the standings don't really matter. I think it's just about getting into the playoffs. Once they're in, they're good enough where they could make a run as low as a wild card team or as a first place team. It's just about getting to the playoffs. And it's definitely not a guarantee for either of those teams, given where they are, but it's likely that both of them will make the playoffs. Yeah, it's going to be definitely a tough stretch here for the Capitals, but that Boston game, I mean, Washington beats Boston every single time. That would be the game that the Capitals would break their losing streak on. I think it's 14 straight wins over the Bruins for the Capitals. That would be the game that would end this streak. And that, Boston they'd beat Boston and get back into the win column. I don't know if Buffalo makes the playoffs this year, but Eichel is definitely going to make the playoffs in the very near future. Whether it's this year or next year, Buffalo is a team that is getting better and certainly on the right track. Much, much improved this year. And if they don't get in this year, they probably will next year. They're a team on the rise without a doubt. Yeah. Boston Red Sox won the World Series, man. They're just hot. It's not baseball season, but they were hot to say the least. Yeah, I think Florida has dug themselves too big of a hole to come back now. I think while they have played some good hockey of late, I don't think they can consistently put any long stretches together. And I think that they've dug themselves too big of a hole in the standings. So I don't see Florida making the playoffs. If Buffalo does make the playoffs, it's probably Montreal that's getting knocked out. But and that's another goal for Toronto. It's now 5-2. And that pretty much seals this game. Yeah, the Blue Jays are not good. They're definitely in a rebuilding stage at this point. Yes, Akuma, we are very, very spoiled when it comes to sports. It's been a long 3 months without a championship for us here in the New England area. We're really, really hoping that the Patriots pull it off in the Super Bowl because it's been a long time since that Red Sox World Series win that happened back in October. So we got to get this Patriots win in a couple weeks here. Yeah, Florida's way back. They're not going to come back. And 3-point night for Nylander. He really needed that. Really, really needed a breakout game like that, and he's got it tonight. Kadri has also had. Oh, Kadri has the hat trick. He's just scored. So, so that is great for the Maple Leafs to have Nylander having a breakout game and Kadri putting up big goal totals with a hattie tonight. Yeah, Kadri will get skull tonight. That is an A+ comment from Eddie right there. Yeah, Kadri with a big-time game tonight. Babcock's going over, giving him a nice tap on the shoulder. He's really happy about that. Kadri needed to start scoring, and certainly having a big day today. No, I really don't watch Formula One. I watch NASCAR if I watch racing. I don't watch open wheel racing much at all. No Indy or Formula One. I don't like the road races that really, and those cars don't crash as much as NASCAR. And I really think that crashing is one of the most exciting things in racing. So I'm pretty much strictly a NASCAR guy. Yeah, baseball's freaking almost back. Spring training will start up in February, so we're like a month away. No, I don't like road racing that much, and no one crashes in any of those. IndyCar they do crash, especially at the big tracks like the Indy 500 and stuff. And I usually watch the Indy 500, but no, I'm fully a NASCAR guy. I actually watch and follow NASCAR quite closely, which is rare because I'm not from the South. But I love stock car racing. Nothing like some short track at Bristol, beating and banging off each other, spinning guys out in the corner, wrecking. It's fun to watch. Daytona 500 in a few weeks, end of February, actually right about a month from now, right, will be the Daytona 500. One of my probably my favorite race of the year is Daytona. Just wild pack racing all day long, huge wrecks, usually a massive wreck at the end of the race because everyone's going for the win. Just so much fun to watch, so much carnage. It's like fighting in hockey, but with cars. It's great. No, I have never been to Canada, unfortunately. I would love to go to Canada at some point. I would love to go to Toronto and see a Leafs game in Toronto, but I've never been to Canada. No, I don't even have a passport right now. Because I haven't been out of the country since I was a little kid. I don't travel a lot, and when I do travel, I never leave the U.S. So I think the only time I've been out of the country was when I was like, how old was I? Like 10 years old, I think. So I don't have a passport right now. Yes, I do like violence. I like controlled violence. Controlled violence is definitely fun. Um, when like fighting's fantastic. Car crashes, like NASCAR crashes, when people aren't dying, that's fun. Um, and those cars are so safe now that it's still very dangerous and you can still get hurt, but 99% of the time the drivers are like 100% okay when they exit the car. So I do like controlled violence like that, and I absolutely love hockey fights. Obviously, if you watch this channel, you know that. No, I do not think that the Bruins are going to win the cup, but they're definitely a playoff team. But they're not going to win the Stanley Cup, at least not this year. I'd love to go to Montreal as well. I've heard that Toronto is a really nice city to go to, and I think that Montreal. I've heard that Toronto's really nice to go to, and Montreal is really nice to go to. So at some point in my life, I would love to go to both of those cities, check out a hockey game, probably do some other hockey-related stuff in the area, and then just hang out. Go to some bars and have fun. And I would love to go to Canada at some point. Yeah, Panther, you know I'm a fan of violence. I do enjoy controlled violence without a doubt. How many goals do I think Ovi finishes the year with? Well, he already has 37, and they have, about 30 games left? You know what? I'm going to say that Ovi finishes the year with 60 goals on the dot. I think he finishes with exactly 60 goals. Yeah, boss. I mean, a lot of those classic vintage hockey fights are legendary, but Boston and Montreal have had some real good ones. Boston and the Rangers have had some real good ones. There's just been some classic, legendary hockey fights in the NHL. Yeah, see, that was the thing. I don't know French at all, so I would probably not be able to communicate too well in Montreal unless they were speaking English as well. Would I go to the UK? Probably not. I'm not big on leaving the US. And if I were to leave the US, it would probably be to Canada, and that's about it. I really have not. I don't have much interest personally in going to Europe. I just don't. Oh, if the girls in Montreal are like that, then I'm 100% down for going to Montreal. That would be a fun time. Hopefully, make sure I get my own hotel room. French is easy. Just make it up as you go. Okay. Well, maybe I'll have to try it out. But the foreign language I took through most of school was Spanish, and then my senior year, I didn't want to have to do anything hard, so I did Latin 1 because I did not want to have to do Spanish 4. So I have zero experience with French, but I'll figure it out probably. No, I never got into a fight at school. I have been in some not hockey fights like NHL style hockey fights, because obviously we all had cages on and stuff back in high school. But I've gotten in some interesting gloved punch predicaments in hockey throughout my hockey career, but I've never been in a fight like at school. Honestly, I never really had a reason to fight at school. I never had any problems like that with people. People kind of left me alone, and I left people alone and never had a reason to throw punches with anyone. No, I don't think I was ever really bullied TTC at all. I wouldn't say so. I mean, sure, I was just like everyone else. I've gotten shit from people at some point, but I don't think I was ever like full on bullied, and I never really had that many problems with people. I generally kept to myself, and people I didn't like, I just didn't interact with, and then people I did like were my friends. So I never had that many problems in school. Yeah, I took Latin just my senior year because I didn't want to take high-level Spanish, and it was fun to learn, and it helped. It was interesting, and it helped a lot with English. So, I didn't mind Latin. Yes, I know everyone. A is such a Canadian stereotype. I don't even know if I know what it really means. I definitely know what the stereotype is, though. Hey, Gordo, how's it going, man? I brought you some Molsons. I know that Barstool did the Todd and Gordo skits for a while. Those were really funny. Um, Ovechkin's going to get a lot more than 2 goals the rest of the year, Panther. But get this. Get this. If Ovechkin only gets 2 more goals the rest of the season, he still finishes the year with 39 goals this season. How ridiculous is that? No, I don't know what TTC stands for. I just call you that because that's a shorter way to say your username. But I don't know what it stands for. Oh, Toronto Transit Commission. Okay. I get it now. It's not Toke the Cannabis. Too bad. Oh, so it's like Toronto's version of the MBTA. Okay. I definitely get you now. What's your dream school, Panther? Where do you want to go to college? Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, I know Ball State. Mostly, the only reason I know them is because of their basketball team. I think they've had a decent basketball team at one point for college basketball, but I'm maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But I have heard of Ball State University. Here comes Toronto looking to score a 6th goal. Oh, huge save by Holtby on Tavares. Wow, how did Tavares control that puck through like 3 different sticks? I have not, Eddie. I'll definitely have to check it out, though. But I have not heard of that. And okay, yeah, I know they have a D1 football team, too. I think Ball State has a D1 basketball and football team. So you're going to get good sports there for sure. And they have sports communication. Fantastic. So all the best to you, Panther. That sounds awesome. It seems like you know what you want to do, where you want to go, what you want to major in. You definitely have things a lot more planned out than I did at that point in my life, and even more so than I do now. Best of luck to you, man, for sure. What's the RT, TTC? Rip the RT? What do you mean by that? Ah, cool, Panther. Cool. I hope you make it into March Madness because I pretty much watch all of March Madness. So I'd love to see Ball State in there, and if they are, I'll definitely be thinking of you. Yeah, I mean, I don't watch every college football game or anything like that, but I do follow decently and watch a good number of college football games every year for sure. That would be really cool, Panther, if that happened. Yeah, that'd be absolutely awesome if Ball State went on a run like that. Hey, if they get into the tournament, maybe I'll pick them in my bracket to go on a deep run. Elite 8 or something like that. No, I was actually very much not a bad student in school. I was honors student, National Honor Society. I finished high school with a 4.0 GPA. I finished college with a 3.56 GPA. I was in the honors program at college. I was not at all a bad student, although I did put in very minimal effort to school. I didn't like school. I was just good at it. I was good at remembering shit and then regurgitating it onto a test or a paper or something. So I never really had to work hard at school. I just kind of showed up and was good at it. So I got good grades. But I definitely I did a good deal of screwing around, but it didn't matter. It didn't affect my grades. Okay, I got you, TTC. No, I kind of like Mike Milbury, honestly. I think he's really entertaining to listen to, I think. And he's got an old school tough guy attitude. I actually like Mike Milbury. No, I mean not as a coach or a GM, but as an analyst, and definitely as a player. He was a tough SOB as a player. I majored in communication, just regular communication, and that was my major. And no, I am not a Pierre Maguire fan. I do not like Pierre Maguire. Hey, the Capitals just scored. I think Ovechkin just got that. Yeah, I'm in the same school-wise. I'm in the same boat as you, Akuma. That's pretty much what I did. Go to class, do the work, and just remember shit. And I didn't like it, but I was good at it. So Washington scores to make this 5-3. Still 2:46 left to go. Ovechkin with another one. I mean, I don't think Washington's going to come back to win this game, but the game definitely isn't over. If they get another quick one here, all of a sudden it's a 1-goal game with 2 minutes left, and we're right back, into a real hockey game here. So we'll see what happens. So let's see how this game ends. This is turning out to actually be a somewhat interesting ending. Holtby's already going to the bench. So Holtby to the bench with 2.5 minutes left, and we have a 2-goal game here. Washington with the 6-on-5 extra skater out there, and they're trying to get this to a 1-goal game now. Nice save there by Anderson. Not enough traffic in front for that point shot. Needed more traffic in front. Yeah, Freddie Anderson has definitely played a good game for the Maple Leafs tonight. Played really well in goal, and is a big part of the reason that they're winning. Classic video game there, TTC. Washington wins the faceoff and continues to have the puck. Oh, Ovechkin with an absolute blast. And here we go. We got a nice scrum after the whistle here. I think that shot hit Oshie. Nah, no fight. Just a little scrum after the play there because Wilson chopped at the puck at
You see right there the slashing by Anderson and how about Tavares?
Tavares just dumped Tom Wilson. You don't see that every day. Tavares is not a feisty player at all. You rarely see Tavares get involved in stuff like that. He just dumped Wilson.
Now the face up on this side of the ice. Backstrom will take the draw against Tavares. Instructions being yelled from both benches. 6 meters on 5, 1:50 to go. Backstrom against Tavares.
And
Scramble draw.
a face-off win for Toronto, but they fail to clear the puck. Now they have another chance to clear it, and they don't get it out once again. Now they finally get it out. And that's not a goal. Washington still with a minute and a half to get 2 goals. Oh, bad turnover. Nice save, though, by Ovechkin. Bad turnover by Ovechkin, and then he makes the save. Washington's got to get this puck out of their own end, though. They don't have a goalie. The goalie's pulled. Yeah, Backstrom just missed the net with a shot. That another missed net. Carlson with the shot. Final minute. Washington needs 2 goals. They're quickly running out of time here. They needed a quick. They need to get that back to a 1-goal deficit a lot quicker, and they're not doing it. And Marner with the goal. There you go, Akuma. Marner with a goal. Sure, it was an empty netter, but it still counts. It's now 6-3 Toronto, and that's the game right there. Yeah, Ovechkin, I mean, he was out there for like the entire last 3 minutes of the game. He was absolutely gassed, and he turned it over. And Marner's got 20 this year now. That's not bad goal scoring wise. On top of all those assists, Marner's got 20. That's a good number. So that's 7 straight losses now for the Washington Capitals going into the All-Star break in their bye week. That is really not good. They need to hit the reset button and come out of this All-Star break with a much better, playing much better hockey. And we're down to the final 5 seconds here. This game's over. Toronto's just holding the puck behind the net. That's the end of this game, boys and girls, or mostly boys, judging by my channel analytics. But so that's going to do it for the stream tonight. I want to thank you guys all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This, I think, was a really good stream. The chat was very active. A lot of people stayed for a long period of time. This was a really fun one to do. Last stream before the All-Star break. I'm not sure when I'll be streaming again, but I will let you guys know when I do. I'll do a video announcing it. Toronto with the 6-3 win over Washington. Bad losses lately for the Capitals. But we'll see how it goes. I just want to say, if you're not yet a subscriber to the channel, to like, comment, share, to subscribe to the channel. I'm giving my end of the video thing. That was dumb. But anyway, just give this channel a subscribe if you haven't already, if you're a fan of hockey. What else was I going to say? Give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed the stream. That really helps out a lot with as far as the YouTube algorithm and getting the video seen. And with that, see you guys next time. I will definitely have some recorded content coming out very, very soon, probably tomorrow. If not, definitely the next day. But good night, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate all the support. And I cannot wait to stream again, which will be after the All-Star break sometime. I'm not sure yet. I'll let you know. But with that, that's the end of this stream. Thank you guys again, and talk to you all soon.